Spartans, welcome back. It's your boy Leonidas, aka Bladesong81, aka Chess.com community streamer. In today's video, we're going back to 2007 when Fabiano Caruana became America's and Italy's youngest ever Grandmaster. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as Gotham Chess makes an appearance in this video. As always, like, share, subscribe, and hold the line until next time. Peace. Welcome to a thrilling chess match between Tibor Fogarasi and Fabiano Caruana. This game took place where Fogarasi was playing with the white pieces and Caruana as the black. So sit back, relax, prepare yourself for a thrilling analysis of this clash of strategic brilliance between two international masters, soon to be grandmasters at this point in 2007. Alright, with the white pieces, Fogarasi plays the well-known e4, one of the most common openings with white, to which Caruana responds with the Sicilian defense, one of his favorite at the time, and I believe still his favorite. The development of the pieces by both players is in a perfect sense of harmony, both players moving their pieces eloquently, creating an exciting conflict that is soon to happen here. They play about 9 moves of theory between each other, eventually culminating with black putting his bishop on a7, thereby finishing the theory, and now we get into the middle game where it's kind of out in the open and where new chess can start to get played. So, after Fabiano puts his bishop on a7, white goes ahead and unpins his king from this f2 square, sliding his king over to h1. And this is where things get a little crazy. After Fabiano develops his knight, white goes ahead and tries to attack this knight here on f6, and Fabiano does something wildly. He pushes his h-pawn forward in an audacious move, honestly, to open up an attack on this king's side. Caruana demonstrates his poise, his guts, and his ability to not care what his opponent is doing. It'll be interesting to see, can Fogarasi make a play to counterattack this h5 move, or will he succumb to the pressure that Fabiano is pushing with this h5 pawn? Alright, so we have both players vying for this tactical position. White takes the knight on f6, captures right back to black with his pawn to f6, doubling these f-pawns but opening up this g-file for his rook to come through. Both players are carrying out their individual strategies. Fogarasi is trying to reinforce his position while all the while putting these pieces on this d-file, trying to make some pressure. And Fabiano says, I don't care. Fabiano is skillfully preparing a kingside attack, repositioning, moving these pieces, potentially opening up these pawns, getting this bishop involved, pushing his h-pawn forward. This h-pawn is going to come back to bite white if he doesn't take care of it soon, but he's not got any pieces that can take care of it, and if he pushes his pawn, he's opened up his king. What is white going to do in this position? Let's see. At this point, white needs to take care of this h-pawn immediately. White makes a slight inaccuracy moving this h2 pawn to h3. He needed to move this rook over, but it's not that big of a deal at this point in the game. The eval bar is about even at this point, but here comes black, putting his rook on the g-file, threatening nasty positions here, because all it would take would be a knight reroute, put the bishop out here, and you have a veiled pin on the long diagonal. But here comes white, queen to e1, threatening to take this pawn. But you know what? White does not take this pawn. You know why white doesn't take this pawn? Because if white takes this pawn, black all of a sudden gets the advantage. They get the tempo, they get the move force first. They've kind of switched positions at this point where now black is handling the reins of the horse and he is guiding where this game wants to go. So that's why white does not take. Instead, white pushes forward to try to keep the tension. Black says, I don't care about this pawn. You can take it if you want. I'm going to now move my bishop to this long diagonal like we said before, and now he has this major looming threat, because if black decides to get, or if white decides to get a little lazy, things can unfold for him very quickly. And ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of this saga, where one tactical mistake can mean the difference between life and death on the 64 squares. That tactical mistake that white did was putting the knight on to d4. I'm going to put on the feedback for you guys just so you can see the nastiness that's about to unfold. After the knight was put onto d4, black makes the potent bishop takes d4. After rook takes, pawn pushes, pawn takes, knight pushes, White fumbles the game, fumbles the bag, fumbles his life away with rook to c4. And you guys know what happens next. Gotham, take it away.
The idea is to sacrifice the rook!
Thanks for the assist, Gotham. The reason that white resigns at this point, because say white does something crazy right here, it is mate in one because his queen comes through and gives a checkmate. If white decides to try to play this game through, let's go back here one move. If white decides to take, black's just gonna come through with a knight move here, and it looks like it's a sacrifice. It looks like white could take, but obviously you know that white is pinned here. White has to go f2. After white goes to f2, it is now a rook loss, and this is just too much for white to overcome, because after white takes the knight, queen's gonna give a check, queen's gonna come through. Now the queen has entered the game. King's gonna have to get pushed to the middle, which the king does not want to be in the middle when you are getting thrashed. Bishop's gonna come through, take the rook. Queen's gonna come, take this pawn, and white is just 2 points up. They have a queen and a rook and a bishop against a knight, bishop, and queen.